This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening, it's 8 o'clock this Wednesday evening when Ndtv-Hindu gets you up to speed with all that you need to know about your city and your nation today. I'm Evelyn Matthew. A confident Home Minister came out today and gave a thumbs up to the security cover in the country ahead of the Judgment Day tomorrow when the Ayodhya verdict is set to be out, and with that the city police too have taken positions to make sure peace and tranquility will be the order of the day. Our reporter Salim, who's tracking the men in khaki, will join us in a while. Meanwhile, the state government does not want to see any more literal writings on the wall. They have stepped up their ante against the digital banners in the state. Pir Muhammad gets us the buzz from those quarters. And just when you thought that the cricketing world is recovering from all the controversies, the exits of Sunny Laird from the IPL's main body, Sunil Gavaskar, has hit headlines. Our sports reporter Natasha will bring us those latest developments. Before we get into those stories in detail, a look at our top stories. The Tamil Nadu government brings back its anti-banner drive. Speculations of political motives are rife, with 2011 in view. On the 10th day of protest at the Navally Liglate Corporation, a striking 1,000 contract workers are released after a drama of arrests. The promise of free vaccines for the poor will be fulfilled in the first week of October, Chennai to be covered in the initial phase. 24 hours ahead of the Ayodhya verdict, the politicos of Tamil Nadu voice for peace in the state.
We have mobilized the entire police force. The state police force is a little over 1 lakh.
Officers and men will be deployed. We don't expect any problem.
It's time to roll out our carpets to the robo-soldier of the future, not on the 70mm, but one of real times.
Exos 2 is more fluid and stronger. I don't feel the strength, but I know I can pick up more.
As Chennai plays host to an international volleyball tournament, the scorching weather plays spoil sport for the participants. And paint the city green as you hitch your ride on this hybrid eco drive. And here's what's making news nationally. The Home Minister promises foolproof security ahead of the Ayodhya judgment, expresses his faith and understanding in his countrymen.
We are confident that with the measures that we have taken, we will be able to maintain law and order throughout the country.
Dr. Manmohan Singh launches the unique identity card program in Maharashtra. 10 tribals are the first to get their cards. The Supreme Court comes down heavily on the Commonwealth organizers. They say they cannot turn a blind eye to 70,000 crore rupees of corruption. The IPL Governing Council is reconstituted at the BCCI annual general meet in Mumbai. As Sunny is shown the door, BCCI drops cases against Jagmohan Dalmia. And the Indian team gets an image makeover. They're now the true blue Nike style. Well, on to our top story. Saying it with words and pictures do not seem to be the Tamil Nadu government's style. The state government today told the Madras High Court that amendments would be introduced in the Local Body Acts in the Assembly in November to regulate indiscriminate use of digital banners across the city. The Madras High Court has expressed its displeasure over regular erection of digital banners in Chennai while hearing contempt petitions. The inconvenience caused to both traffic and the public due to frequent erection of banners is viewed with serious concerns by a Madras High Court bench. The court has asked the government what steps it had taken to curb this menace, to which the state replied that amendments to regulate digital banners would be introduced in the upcoming November session of the Tamil Nadu Assembly.
There is a traffic hazard because of the digital banners in the city for some time. They have violated all the norms of the City Municipal Corporation Act. So, breaching the court orders, I have filed contempt 2 times. In 2 times, the Commissioner of Corporation has expressed an unconditional apology. The government has come forward by having a meeting on 14/9/2009 under the Chief Secretary along with 5 secretaries, including Municipal Administration Secretary, and express their views. They are also going to formulate a law during November session through government, and it will be implemented in the manner of safeguarding the citizens' life also.
And joining us live right now is our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed from our newsrooms. Peer, what would you say was most significant in the state government's reply today?
In fact, the Madras High Court a month ago had said that the government should seriously consider eradicating this frequent erection of digital banners as it causes nuisance to both the traffic and the public. While hearing the contempt petitions moved by Traffic Ramasamy, and in fact it wanted serious answers from the government on this issue. The government took 1 month. Recently the Chief Secretary held a meeting with other 5 secretaries who are connected with the municipal administration and law, and they have decided that they will introduce amendments in the upcoming assembly session so to regulate these digital banners, as they occupy a lot of space and it is very frequent, and for each and every small party holding a public function in the city, the roads are completely occupied by the digital banners put up by them. So that is the reason the government, not just that petitioner, the High Court also has taken a serious view of this issue and asked the government to immediately act, and the government has accordingly promised the court that they will take strict action in the upcoming assembly session. Evelyn?
Right. Well, we'll have to only look forward to that session in November. But thanks very much indeed, Pete, for joining us with those details. Now, 60 years after it first went to courts, there shall be a verdict in the Ayodhya title suit tomorrow. Ahead of the Judgment Day, private schools and colleges will remain open in the city as opposed to other neighboring states ahead of the verdict. However, government schools and colleges are already in the midst of their semester holidays. Elaborate security arrangements have been made in view of the Ayodhya title suit that is to be pronounced by the Allahabad High Court. An alert has been sounded across Tamil Nadu. The entire police machinery has been mobilized as part of well-planned security arrangements. Chennai, which has been a relatively peaceful city, is taking no chances ahead of Thursday. All vehicles will be screened as a part of procedure. Political parties, meanwhile, have appealed for peace and calm before the verdict.
People should not involve in unwanted problems, issues among themselves. They should wait for the verdict of the court, and if somebody is not satisfied, they have the opportunity to go for an appeal. So people should understand all these things and keep patience, and we should not resort to anything unwanted, unruly.
And Ndtv-Hindu caught up with the city's top cop T. Rajendran on the security arrangements in the city in the wake of the verdict.
The Chennai City Police Force have been sensitized over the Ayodhya verdict. We are now joined by the city's police chief, Mr. T. Rajendran. So tell us, what strategy have you adopted to maintain peace and harmony in the city?
First of all, let me assure you, we do not expect any problems. We have spoken to both the parties on either side, the Hindus as well as the Muslim, both outfits on either side, and they've promised us cooperation, and they've also promised us that there will be no problem from their side. The only thing we have to do is mount a watch over the antisocial elements, which we shall do from today onwards. The entire city police will be mobilized, and also the senior officers will be on rounds. And we will also undertake storming operations today and tomorrow. And we also convened a meeting of the printing press owners and told them that they should not print anything inflammatory, which can hurt the sentiments of any particular community. So all steps have been taken, and we are geared to face the verdict on 30th afternoon.
So, will there be heavy deployment of police in sensitive places with a history of communal disharmony?
We don't have much of a history of communal disturbance in Chennai city, but whichever places we feel are a little sensitive, police presence will be a little heavy, and of course patrolling will be there, and senior officers will be monitoring these particular places. There will also be some police presence in front of places of worship also. But this does not mean that we are expecting problems. We are confident that there will not be any problems in Chennai city.
With all your efforts, we wish that the city will be peaceful as always. Thank you for joining us, sir. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
And joining us live right now is our reporter Salim, who has been tracking the men in khaki. Salim, what have your intelligence sources been telling you ahead of tomorrow?
Evelyn, there is no specific threat as of now, and the police say that they are into the process of collecting extraordinary intelligence. Apart from this, there will be visible policing on the city's roads and across the state. The police very clearly say that they don't foresee any untoward incident because they already convened a meeting with the religious heads in the city and across the state as well to maintain peace and harmony, and they say that they very well knew who the troublemakers are, and that the troublemakers will come under their strict vigil. And the police say that troublemakers will be sternly dealt with. However, they have not made any preventive arrest so far. The police say that there will be heavy deployment of police personnel in certain areas, and that didn't mean that the areas are very sensitive. They have asked not the public to get panic when they see heavy police presence. Instead, they say that it's just a precautionary measure, and as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, there is nothing to worry.
Thanks, Salim, for joining us with those inputs. Meanwhile, in the capital, Home Minister P. Chidambaram has appealed for calm over the verdict tomorrow on the disputed holy site in Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh. Close to 2 lakh security men will be on high alert when the Allahabad High Court decides whether the disputed site belongs to the Hindu or the Muslim faith. The Indian government has banned text and video messages in bulk on mobile phones to prevent anyone from inciting religious violence over the verdict. Chidambaram, in his appeal, has said that the dispute should not be allowed to derail India's progress. Meanwhile, the opposition party, the BJP, said regional governments run by the party will respect the court's verdict. Well, in the unrest that's been brewing at Neyveli, the arrested NLC contract workers have been released. Currently, the talks are still going on between the management and the workers at the Shastri Bhavan. Earlier in the day, over 1,000 NLC contract workers were arrested for picketing in front of the plant. Today is the 10th day of strike by more than 13,000 contract workers who have been demanding parity in pay, permanency, medical and housing facilities, and are dissatisfied with the NLC management. This is headlines now. Still ahead on the bulletin, it's the power of many in one single card. Watch out what a swipe with this could mean to you. And we introduce you to Chennai's very own Munna Bhai MBBS. That's coming up in just a bit.